How is it going, everyone? Welcome to more Grid 2019, and today we finished the main campaign or career or whatever you want to call it. And well, since there's gonna be more than enough time remaining afterwards, we're gonna be doing the DLC ones as well. Which I'm assuming, judging by this, you know, there is a Pagani Sonda right there. I'm assuming those are the kind of DLC cars you can expect. I don't recognize the one on the right. I mean, it's an Aston Martin, but not sure which one. But whatever. The last batch of events is this one. Grid World Series, starting with a Touring Championship that unfortunately... Wait, what? Wait, what does that mean? Like the exclamation mark 3. Huh, well, I don't remember seeing that before, but... Okay. That's the first time that shows up. Like the...
Kristen, here we are.
I don't know what that is. Like, it didn't show up in the rest of the... in the rest of the game, so... have no clue what it's supposed to be. Like maybe the car's level?
Good luck, my friend.
That doesn't make any sense. It didn't appear before, why would it appear now? Well, I don't know. Honestly, I have no clue. It's fine. I mean, hopefully it's not anything important. So this most likely will be the same categories as the final events in each respective category. The problem with the world category is that you can use it to refer to multiple things. Like you can use it to refer to the rows on the career mode. But a more accurate way to use it will be to refer to the car groups. So for example, this one will be Super Touring, and that will be the category, right? Like it's the thing that will make the most sense. Okay. Yeah, this third place is fine. Well, I don't know if, for whatever reason, like it might be... Oh, okay, that guy is gone. Well, and this guy also slowed down a little bit, the guy on the lead. Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know if this World Series has much of a difference when it comes to how the tournament is run. Like maybe there is no inverted grid here. I don't know why there wouldn't be, but you know, maybe at this point they realize, hey, inverted grid makes this pretty easy. Maybe we should, you know, change it. Or maybe no. Most likely no. I mean, I will be okay with them not changing it. So that will mean that I don't have to try hard. Can just get very mediocre results and still win. Well, though in this case this most likely will be a win, assuming I don't make a mistake. Okay. So... are you gonna get out of the way?
Last lap. Let's push off to the top spot.
I guess... yeah, that's a way to do that. Not defending the... Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting this guy to attack like that. Pretty brave of you. You're not even a nemesis. You are just feeling competitive. Alright. Well, sometimes the AI has done that before, but it's not that common to see them attack on the inner side of a corner like that. It tends to be, you know, rare enough. Okay. Well, my teammate is not doing pretty well this time. I also assume that the team winning or not will be just as irrelevant here as it was all this time. It was a pretty clean race, so, you know, I think that, you know, it worked well. Also, they really like this Sydney track. They've been using it kinda non-stop lately. Well, in this case, considering that it's supposed to be like Australian touring cars, it makes sense. Well, this time it's nighttime.
Good luck.
Seems a little bit unoptimal, right, to go from England to Australia and then back to Spain. Seems like you would probably want to do England and Spain first and then Australia. You know, the Barcelona being the last one is most likely gonna make me skip it. You know, as you could see, the inverted grid still holds. And my teammate is right there on the third place. Yeah.
Right on to lap 2. You've got 2 cars in front.
Yes, I'm not blind. Thanks for the info. Hey, these guys are fighting each other, but fighting each other like that is something useful if I'm far away, but being right next to you, you being in parallel is bad for me. Because you kinda don't give me room to overtake, you know. Okay. Well, only that guy remaining. So I gotta say this is probably the most standard category in the game, the super touring cars. Like, it seems like it's like the default car in the game. Very, like, doesn't really have any strength, but doesn't really have any weakness. It's just a car, you know? It's a car, it does its thing. Like,
In that lead. This is the final lap, my friend.
it still reaches a pretty high speed, like 300 kilometers per hour. It's not bad. If this, well, I guess technically the cars in this game have stats, but they are not very descriptive, and I'm not sure how real they are either, but if it had more descriptive and real stats, I feel like this car will have everything in the middle. Like every single stat will be in the middle. Like not bad speed, but also not close to being the fastest. Not bad acceleration, but also not close being the quickest, right? Like doesn't understeer a lot, but still has some trouble with corners. You need to brake a significant amount. Like it doesn't lose control super easily, but at the same time you still gotta be a little bit careful. It's like the middle of everything. It like encompasses the average car of the game. Right, so now on to Barcelona. So yeah, this one will most likely be a retire, but... Oh, I just realized that some of my opponents are supposed to be from Ravenwest. Harrison Carter was that the name of one of the guys from Ravenwest? I can't remember. I feel like I remember both the name Harrison and Carter, but was that the case? Maybe. Okay. That start went as well as I expected it to go. Ah, fuck. Well, a lot of the pianos in the different tracks can be pretty deadly, but I think no track like this one had made me die because of the pianos so often. The pianos in this track are really not your friends. Oh, these are 5 laps.
You're on pace. Make some gains in lap 2.
Apparently my opponents cannot do that corner properly. And honestly, neither can I. Okay. It seems like this will be a 5th place indeed. Don't expect this to be anything more. I will say that it's even good enough.
Lap 3 now. Take some positions.
I mean, I cannot really take any positions. Though, even if I was faster on this track, I feel like there's also not much to do if you wanna overtake. Like, there's not enough room. I mean, lots of urban tracks have the same issue. Yeah, this one is definitely one of them. Well, I might be able to finish on podium here. Maybe. Yeah, this will be a podium finish. Not more than that, though.
2 laps to go.
Yeah, not like it matters, since I think the Ravenwest guys are simply decoration. They just wanted to you know, work with your nostalgia. Like that's it. They don't really encompass the true spirit of Ravenwest, which is basically being the most fucked up opponents you can go against. Though, that being said, in this particular race they will best me, or at least that specific guy.
Right, you're on the final lap. Push to the front.
Yeah, he's pretty far. But I don't know where he was on the previous races. I don't remember seeing him. Or maybe I wasn't paying attention, since in this game you don't really need to pay attention to which rival you are racing against. If you just have someone in front, you want to overtake them, but that's the end of that, you know. Yeah, well, considering that it's Barcelona, this is not a bad result. But yeah, the Ravenwest says, well, no, I mean, you can see that the results are all the same. Like, the opponents are not gonna be close to winning with how the inverted grid works. Now, the issue is that the next tournament is with NASCAR. And yeah, that's hard. Hard to drive, hard to handle. See here, it also has another number. It says 4. What happens if I press F2? Oh, it's to sell. I'm glad that it's a hell thing and not... I don't know what that means. It might be the specific level of the car, but it never appeared before and it's never been relevant, you know? I don't know why it appears now. Wait, is this an oval? I wasn't paying attention. No, with 3 laps it's not an oval. Well, rather, the track is an oval, but the version is the roval. But don't worry. The real worry here comes from how awful NASCAR cars are to drive in anything that is not an oval. Not like they don't suck in an oval too. The difference is that in an oval you can mostly ignore how bad their handling is. Well, especially in a game like this where one of the 2 ovals in the game is ultra free, because you can do everything at full speed. And I will assume that one of these 3 races will be a full oval track. At least I already know what to do if I want to win one of those. Just tune the car to have long gears and that's it. You don't need anything else. That's the only thing you need. Okay. Also, I didn't get a penalty warning, right? Like, it simply nullified the lap time, but I don't remember seeing a warning. I hope there wasn't. There most likely wasn't. So speaking of Ravenwest, I don't think any of these guys is from Ravenwest. Any of the guys that is in the front here. Okay, unfortunately they are using the Ravenwest name in vain. They are shitting over the Ravenwest legacy. Not like I care that much, but... You know, the Ravenwest name was supposed to mean something. Because yeah, in both the first game and in Autosport, they were just way better than any other AI. Like if the AI driver was from the Ravenwest team, they would clearly be superior than every other one. But here, no, they are the same as any of them. So yeah, shame that you shit on your legacy like this. Pretty sad. But I guess nostalgia is a better tool than I expect. Well, no, I do expect nostalgia to be a powerful tool, so they just wanted people to be like, oh, damn, Ravenwest, remember that? Though, does that even work in a series like this? I mean, I know that the first game in the series released 11 years before this one, and that's more than a decade, sure, but is there even anyone that played this reboot and felt nostalgic for the first Grid? I feel like there weren't enough years for something like that to happen, you know? Like, for example, I could understand in the upcoming Ocarina of Time remake that obviously there will be people that will feel nostalgic for the original release, since that happened like, well, literally 30 years ago. So yeah, that's enough for someone to feel quite nostalgic, but well, 10 years I'm also pretty sure it's enough, but I don't know. Well, it's not like this game does an insane amount of pandering to nostalgia. In fact, it barely does that, so yeah. Well, that wasn't a win, but didn't do that badly, especially judging by the distance with the other guys. Here you can tell that Ravenwest is not even like the... Oh, Rick Scott is here. Well, that's a name I recognize. Like, they are not even supposed to be the top logs. They are just a team like any other. Nothing special about them. Oh, well, that's... There's something special about this track. Well, at least I think this might be the easiest version of Okutama. Like the short version that goes in this way, like basically mostly steering left. Like, that's probably the version of Okutama that I have the most success with. And that's still hard, you know. Compared to the other ones, I think it's fine. You see, the one that is the reverse version of this is, for whatever reason, is super hard for me. I mean, technically they are the same corners but in reverse, but I struggle so much more in doing them. Most likely because they are actually harder to do in reverse.
Right on to lap 2. You're keeping up with the pace.
Now, I seen that the next race is in Crescent Valley, but will it be the oval version or will it be the regular, well, the Roval version? Because even if it's the oval version, Crescent Valley require you to brake, so maybe going for long gears might not be a good idea there. Well, we will see. I mean, we can always restart if it's not a good idea. Well, if it isn't, or if it is a good idea, I guess. I think that by default I will probably just go without quali. Well, without quali, and I mean without really trying too hard. I might get a second place here. First, there is absolutely no way, but it would be pretty sad to get all second places here, but I mean, it's not a bad result.
This is the final lap, my friend.
I mean, if anything, I'm glad that it isn't one of those typical tournaments where I get like 5th place, 4th place, like those very shitty results. But yeah, second place is quite nice in comparison. Oof. Okay, could have thrown the second place right there. Very close to throwing it. Okay, yeah, that pretty much guarantees my victory. Then, and look at Ravenwest going at 6th place. Like, Ravenwest here is nothing more than a name. It's not the real Ravenwest, it's a fake one. These guys are not Ravenwest. Okay, so yeah, this is the oval version. I will probably need to both qualify and change the tuning, but let me at least do an attempt without either qualifying or changing the tuning and see how it goes. Though, I mean, I could finish in this position and still win the tournament, you know? I probably will. Though, raining in an oval, I'm pretty sure that's not something that's allowed, is it? Like, I mean, I'm not an expert, of course, but I think that if it rains on an oval race, the race gets cancelled. And if it starts raining in the middle of it, it's red flag. And, you know, the race gets suspended, right? Because, I mean, driving in rain is dangerous no matter what, but in an oval it's way too dangerous. It's the sort of thing that you should not do at all.
You're on pace. Make some gains in lap 2.
Yeah, I think that's how it works. It's grounds to cancel the race. In real life, of course, not in a video game. In a video game, the player has to play no matter what, you know? That's what he's here for. Yeah, here you definitely will benefit from making the gears longer. Because you stay on top speed for quite some time, so yes, you absolutely will benefit. I kinda don't wanna change it because I will need to remember changing it back later, and even though I most likely will remember it, what if I don't? And then I get super stuck on a race simply for not remembering that I need to change the tuning back. And as I also said before, it's not like it matters, because I will win the tournament regardless. So maybe if I did a quali, I might have been able to win this even without changing the tuning. Like right here, I'm not so far from the leader. Ah, you sack of shit. And I had to talk. I just had to talk. It was as simple as... Oh, that was my teammate then. Yeah, I'm not gonna reset this. If I had dodged him, I probably would have been fine. But I couldn't dodge it for some reason. Let's just get it to 4th place, or even to this. Like, this result is fine by me. I don't really care. What, are you pissed off, Dante? Also, the way the texture looks on the rear of my car, the one that is about to go off, kinda makes it look like the lights are completely fake. And that's probably because they are, but why would they be? They had no front. That was an easy win. Yeah, even the... Oh, that's, you know, the team, my team is still called Team 1, but I didn't see any place to change the name back when I changed my own name. Alright, so now the level color is purple. I guess we are Team 1. It's a pretty lame thing to say, but it's fine. Not like you see the team name come up too often anyways. So... yeah, this one seems easy. Okay, so this one says 1, 2. And this one says nothing. I really don't know what that is about. I thought I would, but it doesn't seem to be the level, guess. If it was the level, this car... oh, this is a time attack. But if it was the level, this car would definitely have a good level. And it doesn't. I know.
We are gearing up right now for the Tuner Series Final. You might have picked... sorry, race control are about to get this underway.
Well, technically, wasn't the Tuner Series Final the one we already did? Isn't this just part of the World Championship? Or something? I don't know. I mean, there is no lore in this game, you know? So... hard to tell. I think I did those corners quite slow. Yeah, I'm not doing this very well right now. So far, there have been nothing but slow corners. The guy behind me certainly will set a better lap time than I will. There's already someone that set a lap time. So 119. Yeah, that will be rough. Especially if I skip the corner. This one could easily be the hardest one to beat because of it being time attack and you needing to get a good result in all of them if you wanna win. What will happen if I change the tuning to make all the gears short? I mean, they are already quite short, you know? I think you will make them shorter and get a significant advantage at all. This is not... these are not good times. And keep in mind that I'm in last place. It's not just that I'm not winning, I'm also not really doing shit. It's probably the most corner-heavy track in the game, right? This will be a problem. Not sure if I also will need to pick another car for this one. This car is very good in terms of acceleration and top speed. I don't know if it's the best when it comes to handling. At least, well, I don't know, I was gonna say at least compared to the other ones, but I don't even know what the other ones are like since I never use them. I only use this car in this category. At the same time, I wouldn't feel right about using any other car that is not this one. Shame that I had the off track, but apparently according to that time is good enough. Could be. You know, one of those skips was kind of gross, like definitely the kind of skip that will get you some time for free. I think that's just like any time attack, it's a matter of getting used to it. How the fuck did you lose your rear wing? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, I didn't see you crash against anything, and you're in front of me this whole time, so I would have seen it if you did. That's pretty odd. I guess that's something I kinda noticed, that some opponents just lose body parts for no apparent reason. It's pretty weird. Okay, you will get in my way here, unfortunately. Yeah, I did that corner so badly. Yeah, thanks a lot, bro. Okay. Yeah, the least you can do is help me do a corner after that. That's just payment for making me screw up the end of a lap. Yeah, he's not slow, so he's following right behind. That was pretty wild. I still did it slow. I could have done it faster. So even with the near skip, it was still pretty slow. I'm 1 second behind, really. Isn't that a little bit too much? I feel like I didn't do that badly, like you imply, game. I don't know if it's a good idea to take that 4th place. I could, but this is not like a normal championship. Like, these guys will keep doing good results, so I will restart. Like, if it was a 3rd, maybe I would accept it, but a 4th, I don't think so. Because you will see the same names show up high up in the tournament in the following races, so yeah, it's not worth it to start with such a bad result, especially being the first race. Like, you still can, you know, restart without issues. Here I think I actually benefit from using the handbrake to drift, ironically. So how is it going here? It is an R32. Wow, that wasn't off track, okay. It's supposed to be a fully tuned R32. It's what the category is about. It's the tuner category. And when I say fully tuned, I don't mean by me, but rather by fully tuned by the game. That's the way it works. It's indeed an R32. The legendary. This in particular is a time attack event. So you just gotta do the best lap you can. And this guy will probably get in the way of me doing that, like he already did before. He seems to really enjoy doing that. Damn, that was a crazy sequence. Really, the craziest thing about this track is how many things don't count as off track. Like basically that whole lap so far counted as clean. Now they just that this asshole will get in the same way again. Yeah, basically making me do the final corner quite badly. So that's still a very good lap time. I don't know if it's gonna be enough for first by the end of the event, but it kinda looks like it will. And if it's not enough for first, it will be second. And in which case I will accept it. I mean, obviously first or second are more than fine here, especially with how hard this track is. As I said before, this might be the track with the most amount of slow corners in the game, which doesn't make it the hardest or anything like that, but just makes it very technical. You know, it's pretty wild actually comparing tracks like this with tracks like Sepang. Like in this one you have corners that lead into corners, and you gotta think very well how to do a previous corner before you engage in the next one, right? And even though Sepang has a couple of those, Sepang is mostly straight line into sharp corner and that's it. Yeah, it wasn't a best time than the second lap, but it was still enough to win. Nice. Yeah, eventually, when you do a track over and over again, you start doing it pretty well. Oh, and this track essentially is perfect for this car. It really is.
Welcome everybody to today's event. Kristen, what are we in for today?
Well, the grid world's...
Okay, sorry. We are about to get started.
What we are in is for very high speed and probably lots of accidents. It's what this car kinda shines on. I'm still convinced that it might be the fastest car in this category. So yeah, a track like this fits it very well. Okay, this Subaru will be overtaken. Theoretically, if you want to do even better here, you could most likely tune it for long years and you will do the sections way faster. I fucked that up. It's fine, don't worry about it. That I didn't even feel that. Not to mention that according to the game I'm doing this 1.5 seconds faster than the best time. Oh fuck, this Subaru. Okay, that's fine. No problem. The 1:27 for the top time. Ah, fuck me. Damn, I will do way better than that. Holy shit. It's what I say, this car is definitely the best one. Without a doubt. There goes another Subaru. Wait, what? Damn, there is an upside down car here. Like, I understand that this is a high-speed track, so it's probably very prone to accidents, but how do you even do that? It seems a little bit weird to me. How many fucking Subarus are in here? At least I'm calling everything I cross a Subaru when they are not. I'm pretty sure those are all Subarus. Like, did everyone pick that? And is that the reason why I'm winning by so much? Could be. Yeah, the end of that corner can be a problem. And with that 125, I don't think I have anything to fear. Like, this will most likely be a free win. Well, I mean, there is no doubt. I'm 2 seconds ahead. Like, usually, I think the most that an opponent can gain in a single lap, like in the final lap, is 1 full second. And I don't think, well, even if they do that, they cannot win. So, yeah. This is a victory. I guess the only way it could not be a victory is if I blow the engine up, but that's not gonna happen. In fact, it only happened once that I had an impact that forced the race to be ended for me. Wait, don't worry about it. Okay. Damn, I'm glad that the first lap was so good because the other ones were terrible. Though as terrible as they were, they probably were enough to win anyway, so doesn't really matter. And then we finish with Sydney again, but on a time attack and in reverse. Okay. Oh, and with rain as well. Wait, did I already mention rain? Did I? I probably did mention rain, right? Sorry, sometimes I don't listen to myself. Yeah, at this point with 2 wins, it doesn't really matter what result I get here. Well, does it actually? Like, assuming the same guy got second place twice, that's 36 points. So if... no, actually it does matter. It actually does matter, yeah. Just that I didn't bother to see the tournament standings, because I kinda don't care, you know? But it's because I'm used to not caring, but here I should care. So 121 for the top time here. I can probably do that. Maybe. Assuming these Subarus don't get in my way. Which is anyone's guess, really. Not to mention that this Subaru is supposed to be the guy that is in second place. Well, the one that is in first place in this particular event somehow. You're going so slow though. I actually will have to overtake your ass. Well, all of your asses here. Unfortunately, you're... What an asshole. Thanks for slowing me down, bro. Well, at least that wasn't off track. By a miracle of God, I guess. Okay, so 121, this is nice. Could probably have been faster than that without those guys getting in the way. I mean, considering that the guy that got the top time is the one that I overtook without issues, yeah, don't think I should have any problems keeping that lead. Well, and even if I didn't, even if someone snipes that time, it's like even a 5th place will be enough to win the championship, so no worries. Well, no, a 5th place probably not. Like 36 plus 25 is 61. And I right now have 50 points, and 5th place it's 10 points, right? So yeah, technically it wouldn't be enough. Assuming the second place has gotten second in the previous 2 races. But yeah, I mean, the point is don't worry, I'll win no matter what. There is no possibility for me losing here. There you go. Yeah. Except for the first one, like the first time attack that was quite hard, the rest was completely free. But especially the second one. The second one was definitely free. Okay. So the next one is... wait, with LMP, right? It's with the LMPs. Well, let's get it. And this doesn't seem like bad tracks to do this, so let's just get into it.
What an event we have here. The absolute best GT drivers on the planet. Okay, it looks like the race is about to start.
Mostly the best, which is me. Because if you compare the consistency of every other CPU opponent, then yeah, none of these guys I think will deserve being called the best at anything. Or maybe the best at being inconsistent. Yeah, they are very good at that. Ouch. That hurt. And that probably also damaged my car. I probably should say that without probably. It actually did damage my car. Yeah, I don't know exactly how, but it damaged it. The direction, yeah, you can tell that it's completely crook. Okay. Yeah, we gotta restart that. That was a weird hit. It didn't really seem to be that frontal, but apparently it was that frontal after all.
Okay, keep your speed up. Just be aware of the light conditions tonight. Maybe stay out of them.
And someone got triggered by that. Come on, dude. It's like the initial commotion. You don't have to do that. Like, things like that are bound to happen. He didn't do those corners pretty well. Okay, I'm not doing anything well right now for some reason. Come on. Wake up. So my teammate is being quite a bitch right now. Can you let me pass? I mean, what even is the point of having a teammate if it's gonna be as much of a pain in the ass as everyone else? Like, it's completely pointless.
You're in mid-pack going into lap 2.
Also, using the handbrake in a car like this is not very effective, I guess, as you would expect. What the hell? Okay, I'm doing those corners super badly and I'm not exactly sure why. I shouldn't have.
What an event
Okay.
we have here. The absolute best Okay, sorry. We are
I'm having issues right now with this track. I'm not sure why. I mean, in fact, I don't even have this track in my radar.
Low visibility even with the lights, so keep your eyes on the track signage. You'll be fine.
Definitely. I cannot do the first corner like that. I think what's ended up killing me a lot are the pianos.
what an event we
Like, you
have
step
here.
into one of those and you're kinda dead.
Seconds away from lights out.
Come on, I think you've hit them one too many times. Listen, just stay out of their way. Let things cool down.
Okay. I'm starting to get tempted to qualify. No, in fact, I will qualify. I'm usually super against that, but right now I feel like I'm being held back way too much by these assholes. Let me just do a quick quali. Not to mention the lap time is relatively short. So the guys in front of me are not really at fault for that one attempt where I constantly lost control everywhere, so I don't know how to remedy that. I need to figure something out. Yeah, like, it's the piano, the one that's killing me. These are obviously not cars that are supposed to be stable when you make them, you know, rise from the ground even a little bit, so... But the thing is that you cannot really avoid the pianos. They are a very big part of the track. In fact, I will even say that they are kind of excessive, these pianos. At the same time, I don't know what this car is doing in an urban track. These are circuit cars. So why are you bringing it here? This is not the natural habitat of this thing. Right, that will most likely be a very easy, yeah, by 3 seconds. Yeah, I probably exaggerated, but at the same time I wasn't a fan of restarting just because I couldn't get past all the guys in the first corner, so yeah. I apologize, but wait, and something here. Wasn't Rick Scott the one that was in second place? So the quality times don't even matter? Like for the other people it only matters to you, or what? Okay, the pianos are a serious problem here. But it's as I say, the pianos actually get in the way of this track. They seem to be put in the middle of the track on purpose, just so you have to trip on them. Where Rick Scott went, because he should have been in second, but that also makes me think that if I don't quali in one of the races after the first one, there probably will still be an inverted grid for everyone else, just not for me. It's like the game does everything in its power to let you win very easily. That's a lot of those things.
Good start. Hold the lead.
There are some times that I'm so close to hitting the wall. Like when I come from a very long and fast straight and I end up needing to brake for a sharp corner. Like so many times I'm just like so little moments away from hitting the wall. It's like I always end up, well, not always, but most of the times I end up calculating well enough to avoid the wall. So that's nice.
Final lap. Keep that lead intact.
So how is it going, Kyle? I'm here in China. Apparently pretty far from everyone else, because I decided to do quali. And yeah, that's the result. Yeah, the quali was an exaggeration from me, I guess. Like, with just a couple more attempts, I probably could have won without it, but yeah. It is what it is. Oof, that was close. Alright. So by how much did I win? Damn, 8 seconds. Yeah, the quality was definitely an exaggeration here. Wait, what do you mean 0 experience for technique? Are you saying I don't have any technique? Pretty messed up. Yeah, today there's rain.
Alright, it's not going to dry up out there. Stay focused.
Oof, okay. I'm tempted to do another quali, but no need to. Had some heavy rain here. The sea got filled with trash, and many areas are without pot water. And sorry to hear that, but yeah, I remember you mentioning that where you live it doesn't normally rain, so when it rains it kinda does pretty awful things. I cannot imagine living in a place where rain is scarce, but I already dislike rain even if it's not scarce. So if it was scarce, I mean, you will see like, well, that's better, but when it comes and it destroys everything, I don't think I will consider that to be better at all. Oh, that guy just flip. Okay. I think it was because of the piano. Still pretty weird though. I mean, the pianos completely killed this car, as you already seen on the previous track. I mean, they didn't kill me that badly though, but man, it's rough. Got into... okay, never mind. Well, got into the podium, but immediately lost it. This year it rained for like a week straight and the river broke the infrastructure. The question is if you are alright. Because it seems that with conditions like that, that could be a problem to you too, you know? Are you doing well? Has it impacted you too badly, or were you able to tank it? Wait, what the hell? There's someone doing stunts on the outside of the track, okay. And it was a lap car, so... didn't even get a position from that. Right, well, at least I got a... I said I got a podium, yes, indeed. Oof, that was rough. My house is... only lost the roof? What you mean only lost the roof? That seems like a pretty big deal, you know? Others straight up die. Well, yeah, I mean, nothing is worse than dying, of course, but yeah, like, well, sorry to hear that you lost the roof. Well, I will assume that it's not only the clothes that got wet, right? If you lost the roof, I will assume that that the majority inside got wet. Well, something that I do know is that in a city that is relatively close from here, something like that happened. Like a rain kind of flooded the whole thing and it got into people's houses, and after the rain was over, it's like everything smelled of humidity, right? Which I can definitely imagine that being awful. It's also in a city that is in a very bad place geographically, so those sort of things happen. Just one roof of one room near the back. Oh, okay. Well, glad to hear it was only that. In my case, since I live in since I always live in an apartment building, even if there was a very heavy rain, I guess the worst that could happen is that like the main lobby will get flooded, but I don't think that even happened either, so I thankfully don't know what it is to be in presence of a flood, but you never know what the future holds for me, right? It could happen. I hope not, but you never know. I do remember though sometimes that fuck, dude. Man, I hate the fucking piano so much.
And we're heading into the final round now.
God damn it. Not to mention that this tournament had 2 urban tracks, which means that the number of pianos is even higher than it normally would.
Good luck.
Yeah, I was about to say that I think one time I remember there being like some... like the water filtrated through one either floor or well technically yeah, the floor of the floor above, right? And it went through our ceiling, but I don't remember when that even happened, but it wasn't where like it probably was like 6 years ago or more. I really dislike rain. I feel like rain is one of those things that should have been patched out, you know? Like, someone should have done that. Like, redirect the rain exclusively to the places, like, you know, crop fields when they need it. And for the rest of regular places, just make rain not happen. That will be great. Oh shit, and look at that. That guy's back went flying. Yeah, about the World Cup, I don't really have much to say other than we played like shit in every single match. So the fact that we somehow got to the final is very surprising. But yeah, like the fact that we almost lost against the teams that we almost lost is very bad. Man, it was a miracle that we got that far. I only knew about it because of the memes. Well, I mean, there are a lot of people saying some weird shit about conspiracies and all of that. What really happened is just that we weren't even, as I say, we were not supposed to even reach the final with how shit we played in every single match before that. So, well, I guess maybe the exception is the semi-final, but that's mostly the English playing like shit, you know? Like, England, after they scored, they played like absolute pussies. And that wouldn't be a problem in itself if you at least make that strategy work, but they couldn't even make that work. So yeah, basically played like absolute shit for more than half of the match and ended up paying for it. Deservedly so. But that's the only exception. Like every match before that, in like outside of the group phase, was a disaster. Like you cannot almost lose against teams that barely even make it out of the group phase normally. Like for someone that made it to the finals and well that won the previous World Cup, you cannot struggle with those teams. Like you just cannot. Like, there's something clearly wrong on your team for that to be the case. But the fact that we reached the final was a miracle in itself, so Spain dominating the whole game shouldn't be a surprise. That being said, Spain also couldn't score that much. I think that was mostly because our goalkeeper being good. If our goalkeeper wasn't as good as it is, we probably would have lost way worse in the final. Well, people always smash their TVs when it comes to sport events. You know that I mean, sports fans in general are just the most brain dead of the most brain dead. And football is like the lowest of the lowest when it comes to that, so yes, that happens every time for everyone. Just the way it is. Oh, and here... No, you kidding me? I thought you were gonna use the Formula 1 car again, but you're gonna use this piece of shit. That was... Man, what even is the point of putting a Formula 1 car in the game if you're gonna use it for a single event? I don't wanna use this trash heap of a car. Like, I thought we were already past this. That we wouldn't see this shitty ass thing again, but I guess we will. Hopefully for the last time this time, but something tells me that's not the case. We can always dream, and I dream of the game not using this trash again after this. And I thought that in the silhouette of the championship it was the Formula 1 car, but no, it was just this one. Also, that was not my fault, asshole. That other guy forced me out. Damn it. I really don't like this car. Well, after seeing the LMP Porsche, I at least know that it's not the hardest one to handle in the game, but yeah, I mean, still pretty close. The LMP Porsche is an abomination of a car. So comparing any car to that is kinda cheating, cause yeah, any car is gonna feel like a Formula 1 car when you compare it to that shit. Okay, I cannot do that corner. I gotta probably quality this. I will. Like, this is not the kind of car that I want, you know. Wait, how much is this lap? Wait, this is only 42 seconds for a lap, really? Oh, this was gonna be longer. Well, in that case, even more of a reason to do the quali, since it's most likely gonna be a short race. That's a bad time. No, I can do better than that. I don't care about getting pole position, but I can definitely do better than 8th place. The problem here is that the fastest lap is better than in the previous attempt, so that's a problem. 'Too slow. I could have done for that faster. Yeah, at least that one I did it faster than last time. Okay, that's good enough. 5th place should be enough to at least not have to deal with so many assholes in front of me. And these are only 3 laps, so 3 laps on a 40-second track is, well, basically 2 minutes and a half, more or less. Well, I mean, 2 minutes and a half, mostly counting the fact that it's not actually 40 seconds and it's a little bit more, and the fact that the first lap you start with a standing start, so... Oh, and Alonso is also here. I guess that's supposed to be the gimmick. Like, we don't have the Formula 1 cars, but at least we have Alonso. Well, yeah, pretty nice, but I would prefer if we instead had the Formula 1 cars, you know?
On to lap 2, just 1 place to the front of the pack.
At least... Well, even if I don't win this one, a 2nd place is a good enough start. Oh wow, that was a cool overtake. Fortunately here, with this car I will have to focus so much on the other races, because it's just not easy. Like, this car is so loose. Kinda does what it wants. I mean, you can tell by how much... Well, it's not like it's the only car that drifts, but it drifts so much. Even in corners that you might think that it wouldn't do that, no, it still does that. Okay, that works. Okay, not bad. Now, what other tracks are there in here? Okay, going back to Cuba. Oh, and the last one is Brands Hatch. It should be fine. And all the protagonists that Alonso had in the previous one is gonna disappear here, considering the inverted grid. Because it's not like they gave Alonso a special AI, no, it's the same AI as everyone else. He simply got a special name.
I think you may have upset them.
In fact, if I'm not mistaken, Wasn't this the first track that I used this car and I realized how shitty it was? No, it wasn't the first one, but it was, I think, in the first event. It probably was the second track of the championship or something. Okay. That wasn't that bad though, I think. Though this is also a pretty short track. At least that's a good thing, like, you're not gonna be driving these things for too long after all. I think that even this 5th place I'm willing to take it. The least I can be with these cars, the better it is. Okay, now the guy is gone. He was trying to retain control, but he couldn't. Was just doing right, left, and he couldn't do shit about it. Well, too bad for you. Well, that was my teammate. Well, I didn't take him out, right? Yeah, he's still fine in 4th place. No problem. Yeah, I definitely am not overtaking this guy. Which, by the way, isn't this guy from Ravenwest? I think he is. But again, not like Ravenwest matters in this game, but... It's a shame. If there was one more corner, I probably would have won. I don't really care too much. That Leo guy? No, never mind, it isn't. No, it seems that in this game, unlike in Autosport, and well, in the first one, there's only 2 members per team no matter what. Okay, and this is the short version of Ransach, so at least something that all these races have in common is that they are extremely short. Thankfully.
Okay, I'm on the end of the radio if you need info.
Do you remember Killing Floor 2? They released 3 and it's doing 10 times worse. But Killing Floor 3 didn't it release a long time ago? I feel like it released a long time ago, didn't it? Maybe I'm wrong.
Good luck. Radio in if you need info.
The number 3 in games used to mean quality. I don't think that's true, personally. Since I'm playing a racing game, Flat Out 3 begs to disagree. I think that if there's any 3 game that didn't mean quality, it's that one. August 2025, so yeah, almost a year. But yeah, that tends to happen with those games that amass an insane amount of players and everyone is playing them. Eventually, when a new one releases, it's like people are like, why would I play that new one when I have so many things on this other one, right? Almost a year and the game hasn't been out of the box. Another example, I think, it's Borderlands. I think most people that are playing Borderlands are still playing Borderlands 2. For example, I could be wrong, but I think that that's the case. As I say, it happens with any game that gets big and then they release a sequel way after that one release. So again, people are wondering, why would I why would I play this new one when this other one does just well? I mean, otherwise, ask Ragnarok Online. How is it possible that every sequel to Ragnarok Online flop? It's because people don't want to, you know, move from the game where they have thousands of hours on. I mean, why would they? If they wanted to, they would be playing another MMO. Like, I don't know which one, like maybe Black Desert, for example, or I don't know, Blade and Soul, if that still exists, or any of the paid ones like World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy XIV. But for people that want to play Ragnarok, they will keep playing Ragnarok. Like, you know, me. I'm a good example of that. Borderlands 4 has double the players than 2 right now. Well, that might be because it's still a relatively new game, isn't it? Well, maybe not, I don't know. I don't even know when Borderlands 4 released. Didn't really pay attention to it. Yeah, the point is that... yeah, maybe that one is not the best example, but I think that there are plenty of examples of games where no matter how many sequels get released, people stick with the one that they played for quite a while. October last year? Oh, well, in that case, yeah, I guess that's not a good example, because, yeah, that's quite some time ago. Clean Floor 3 has so many fuck-ups, they lock classes behind characters. Pretty good idea. It's like they didn't learn not only from themselves, but from any other developer that does similar games. It's fine. It happens. Alright, so there's the invitational thingy and then the final one. Unfortunately, this one includes Okutama, but wait. Oh, you never used this category of cars before. Like you're used, well, I mean, you use it in an invitational, I guess that's the point. Wait, is this the Ferrari? I think it is. Like the one that felt good to drive, or is this another one? I'll probably pick this one just judging by the stats, but I don't know if it's that one. You know, it doesn't really look like it's that one. I'll still pick it though. Also, why is there a Porsche there? Like, well, I mean, there is a Porsche here, but it wasn't that one, was it?
How you feeling about this one?
The opening race, and I guess we...
No, I think, no, this is a different one. It's not the one I had in mind, but I don't know how this one drives. Hopefully well enough. Huh. They had characters speaking another language and they didn't translate them, then that's pretty cool. Speaks in Spanish. Pretty funny. I guess when developers don't care much about the game, there's not much you can do, you know? And you can have a lot of goodwill, but if the devs don't, then there's not much you can do, you know? Right, this is kind of a problem. These cars are kind of awful to drive, honestly. They really kinda suck. And it's not just this one in particular, I'm pretty sure it's all of them. So yeah, this is kind of an issue. Maybe I should have picked the Porsche. Like the Porsche I remember was the one that they made you use in the Invitational, I think.
I think you have to be careful now. You might have pushed them too far.
Well, that asshole got angry because he's the one that crashed me. Come on, dude. The understeer of these cars is insane, and the fact that it's raining makes it even worse, but since this is the first time that you kinda use this category by picking the cars, I'm surprised that on the very first race they make it rain. Don't you think that I might need a little bit more to warm up before you start, well, literally showering me with this shit? It's fine. It's fine. That was a... God damn it, dude. I hate when you do that shit. When you do that shit so inconsistently, that's what I hate so much. It's a skip whenever you feel that it's a skip.
Alright, have a good race.
Not when it makes sense. You could say that it made sense there, but again, it's just super inconsistent. Now I wonder for the final event what category they are gonna use. Like, what will be worthy of the final event according to the game? I mean, it would be nice if it was the same category that the game started with, which is kind of like the... Well, in this case it will be that Ferrari I like to drive so much. Yeah, I think that will be fitting. I don't know if it will be that or they will do some... Well, if it was Formula 1, I would also be happy. I kinda doubt that though. Yeah, I have no idea what is it gonna be. Also, the frame rate kinda tanks here. Like, there are some very specific corners where the game actually tanks with the frame rate. It tends to be also when the rain is active. Tends to be. Alright, the first place is completely gone, so we can forget about him. But at least I managed to make it to the second place. The real question is, how well will I be able to drive? Well, right now I have this guy in front of me, so for now I still have a guide that tells me where to go. Yeah, the issue is that if I actually get second place, who am I gonna use as a guide? See, I most likely will get second place before the race is over. And at that point... Ah, fuck. Okay, yeah, maybe I shouldn't be speaking so soon. Damn it. Maybe I won't get second after all. This car ahead of me is not letting me. But yeah, I gotta tell you that driving these cars is fucking awful. Like, it's so bad. Yeah, having a rainy race makes it even worse. This might not even be that bad to not be able to overtake this guy. Well, this guy, the name is Alice Reed, so I will assume it's a girl and not a guy. Damn, nice dive on. I don't even know where the first place is. Obviously completely gone, but then I don't even see it in the minimap. It's just doing its own thing. I wonder what car it's driving. It's maybe... Well, I don't think it has anything to do with the car. It's simply the fact that it got far from everyone else, so it has no issues just going as fast as possible. There's no one there to stop him. It is actually pretty painful, is what I can tell you. Driving this thing in these conditions is an absolute pain in the ass. But you can tell by the fact that the speed of the car is barely going above 100 kilometers per hour. Okay, whew, well, at least the first race is over, but damn, dude. That's something. So it's the Porsche. That guy is most likely not gonna win again anyways. So can we get a race that is not in the middle of the rain? Okay, yeah, we can. And at least here there are plenty of straights. Oh, wait, this is the first time that this version of the track comes, right? Yeah, I don't think I've seen this version of the track before, did I? Maybe I did. I personally don't remember it.
Okay, let's go. You've got this.
That's a pretty sharp corner. Well, the question is still if the leader, even if it's a different one, will still completely escape and no one is able to catch him. Okay, these corners are pretty sharp, so you kinda have to brake a lot to not go against the wall, but I'm kinda worried how this long ass straight. Okay. Well, that guy helped me do the corner. There are still 2 more laps, you know? No one's gonna be there to help me do those corners. Except for the wall, but you don't want the wall to help you do that. The sides of my car are not looking pretty nice right now. Will be looking better.
You're through the halfway point.
Well, at least I'm gaining a very significant distance with the other guy, so... Oh, I don't know if you're still there, Kyle, but I managed to reach level 220 in Ragnarok Online. And to level up, you kinda have to go against enemies that are a little bit unreasonable to beat. It's pretty crazy how power creep gets. How normal enemies basically have the same amount of health that a powerful boss used to have. Well, they still have it, but yeah, now normal enemies have that amount of health. Pretty messed up. I mean, that's kind of the thing about RPGs. When you go to handed stuff, you are a twig. No, but forget about the defense. Like, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how much HP they have. That's what makes them unreasonable. Like, we're talking about, like, specifically, I'm talking about Amicitia Laboratory, right? Which is, like, where you level up there. And the guys there have like 23 million HP, which is the same amount of HP that some bosses from instances have. Oh, no way, dude. We're going to Okutama with this shit. And the full version too. Okay, I think that worst case scenario we can skip this one and probably still win. Yeah, I know it's a long race, you don't have to tell me that. I'm very well aware, especially with cars like this. Yeah, Amicitia is the most profitable experience place, but you level up pretty quickly, or well, rather, like the way you level up is by basically joining parties with random people that actually almost insta-kill those guys. So you end up leveling up pretty quickly. Like, not because of my own merit, but because everyone else is so broken. And on top of that, all of these parties have the musicians that give you the experience buff. So you end up leveling up super fast. So yeah, that's the thing. Like, if I had to kill them myself, like one-on-one, no, that's not happening. Well, I mean, with buffs, like once basically the way the parties work is that the priest uses Convenio, right? And then buffs the whole party, and then the party just uses teleport to go kill individually. So the thing is that with all those buffs, I'm able to like kill 3 or 4 enemies without that much trouble. And then when the buffs start wearing out, it's a different story. Like, that's when I can not really keep up. I try, but you know, regardless of how much the enemies hit, I also cannot deal that much damage myself, you know. The fire shit spam mines and stuff. Well, you're talking about the Grey Wolf cave. I remember there being a place like that, but yeah, that place is not used. Like, they use Amicitia 1 and 2 to level up. Well, 1 for like level from 215 to 230, and 2 they do it for 230 to 245. That's what they do. And it seems that it works well. In fact, I think the Amicitia 2 party is probably the most frequent one. Every time that you look for what parties are active at any event time, that one tends to be there. So lots of people go to Amicitia 2. Oh, you meant, okay, you didn't mean... Okay, so when you say mines, you mean the mines that blow up, not the mines that you go explore. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it's possible. I mean, the guys just throw a lot of shit. Like, basically, since each one is a different element, you start getting hit by magics of every element, and yeah, it's kinda rough to survive all that bullshit. And yeah, not to mention that you don't really want to use any specific element. I personally use Comet and Mystery Illusion to kill there, and it works. I mean, it take a while, but it ends up working out, kinda. Not as well as I would like, but it's good enough, you know?
Final lap. Aim to break into the top green.
Also, thanks to the fact that I'm talking about Ragnarok Online, how absolutely fucked up this race is doesn't seem to matter much. Like, I'm mostly ignoring it, and surprisingly not crashing at the same time, you know? So that's pretty cool, being able to do that. Not to mention that I'm actually getting closer to these guys ahead of me. I obviously won't win the race, but I mean, a second place is possible. I still doubt that I will get second. Well, in fact, I also doubt that I will get third, even if he's right there. This is not a track that I want to risk. Like, just worry about finishing it and you're fine. No need for anything else. Yeah, that's fine, don't worry about it. Just don't fuck up on this full speed section and you should be mostly fine. Well, the only other place where you could fuck up is the chicane that comes right here after this. Yeah, this one. Especially with a guy getting in front. But you know, that went well, and damn, I actually finished second place. Alright. I'll certainly take that. Was not expecting such a good result, but I guess we do get it. Nice. It's pretty nice. And also my teammate got behind me. But that's a very free victory on the championship as expected. So there's only one more event remaining to beat the main campaign. And apparently has a Ravenwest icon. So I'm not sure what to expect, or as I say, what category to expect from it, but we will see. It's here. So Ravenwest Motorsport is a single round in San Francisco, which is also, by the way, the first track that showed up in the first game. So this is gonna be a nostalgic trip. You are not allowed to pick the car, but it seems to be an LMP. I hope it's not the Porsche though. Okay, no, it's like the modern LMP. It's the Cadillac.
This is it. The showstopper, the finale, the biggest event in racing action on the planet. We've been following every race, every battle, every rivalry, and it all leads to this point. The Grid World Series Finals is upon us, Kristen. Can you be any more hyped for this?
Yeah, if I was down there on the starting grid, I'd be a whole heap more excited, but hold your horses, Alex. Let's take a moment to understand exactly what to say here. Across 5 series, we have whittled the competition down to the absolute best, the elite. The most consistently awe-inspiring racers in not just the Grid World Series, but, dare I say it, in the whole world. In just a few moments,
sure it is.
History being written as one team takes the ultimate prize in motorsport.
Okay, so that's me successfully pumped beyond what I thought was possible. I'm gonna try to rein it in, folks, because we're about to begin our final surge towards the finish line. This is the Grid World Series. Stay glued to those seats.
I'm surprised they bothered to give such long introductions in every event when most people are gonna skip it. Also, I don't know what word you tried to use there, Hihan, because YouTube translated it as they. So I don't know what word you were meant to say, but according to YouTube, you were meant to say they. It's fine. I guess using the modern LMP as the final car makes sense. Pretty funny that the game mentions, oh, this is, you know, all the rivalries and shit, you know? Or you say that you... yeah, sorry, YouTube translates things it shouldn't translate. It happens. Yeah. The end of the end, except that it's not the end because there are still DLC campaigns, you know. So I guess it's kind of anticlimactic knowing that, right? It's like, oh yeah, this is where it all ends, but no, it doesn't. there is still more. But technically, if you don't have any DLC, this is indeed where the game ends. Though, I mean, I appreciate kind of wanting to give the game a final boss like it also had in the first one, but you know that this is the easiest event type in the game, right? Like this face-off with 4 racers.
So hold the lead through to the end now.
Like this is the easiest one. So if you want to do a final boss, you probably should do something different. Like if you do a single race with 16 participants and you are forced to start from the bottom, that will certainly make it hard. Yeah, like this is so completely free that, aside from the fact that they are DLC, so that's anticlimactic in itself, even if there wasn't anything after that, this is anticlimactic as it is with how fucking easy it is. You know? Like there is no way I can somehow lose this. And it's not like I'm even trying hard, I'm simply driving normally. The AI is not good enough to present that challenge, and I started in first place, so I didn't have to overtake anyone. Even if I started in last place, it's not like overtaking everyone would have been a problem, you know? So it's just one of those things where yeah, it's pretty weird that you thought that this as a final boss was a good enough idea, I guess. Regardless, I win, and very convincingly as well. Once I got a build with a shield, I could somehow comfortably tank some shit, but my server had an item that you can use for 700 defense. Yeah, I guess when you have custom stuff, the experience is different. So what happens now? Are you gonna show the credits? Do Ravenwest is your what? Yeah, Ravenwest is my opponent. Like the team Ravenwest is my opponent. Like in this case, it's Rick Scott and Carter something that are part of Ravenwest. And the thing about Ravenwest is that in the first game and in Autosport, the AI that was behind the Ravenwest pilots was super good, like better than any other AI. But in this game, they are just normal AIs that are not any different.
That we have found our Grid World Series champion. It really could have been anyone's to take home, but one person fought hardest, drove the fastest, and held their nerve right over the finish line. Ladies and gentlemen, once more, give it up for your new Grid World Series champion.
And what's his name? You know they're gonna say his name?
We will see you next time.
Maybe not. Damn, not even... Hold up. Maybe the credits are yet to come. Yeah, I achieved gold in all events. Not like it's hard to do. Damn, no credits. the game doesn't give a fuck about credits. You want the credits, go look them up yourself. Damn, that's fucked up. The main campaign is all done. Then talk about being anticlimactic. All those are done, so I guess it's time to start with the DLC campaigns. So the first one, wait, is this really about hot hatches? Well, they call it super hatches, but that doesn't seem like a very nice start if you ask me. So yeah, you do have hot hatches. I guess I could pick the Lancia. Yeah, I'll pick the Lancia. Why not? The superior Grand card is 40% damage resist, but requires plus 12 refinement. Yeah, refinement is a fucked up thing on its own, basically. Something that requires quite a lot from you. So they don't grab you by the balls enough? Yeah, pretty much. Like if in this game the AI is not different between participants, it's always the same AI. Doesn't matter what name is attached to that AI. In fact, Fernando Alonso was apparently one of the opponents that we raced multiple times, and he wasn't any different. So imagine if Alonso is not any different, there certainly won't be any different some, you know, random NPCs that, even though they were in the previous games, you know, they definitely don't have the weight of Alonso's name, but they didn't even do justice to poor Alonso, you know. Wait a second, was this a single race or were there multiple? Because I don't know if I have to try hard here or not. I wasn't paying attention. Do I? Probably need to get out just to see, because I didn't see it. Also, this is a new track, isn't it? I mean, it makes sense that the DLCs will use new tracks, but I gotta assume it is. Well, and by new I mean that just like in the previous games, the DLCs are probably tracks that were in previous games. And they should sell it back to you. It is supposed to be Paris. So yeah, they are most likely just gonna make you drive in tracks that you already seen before. Yeah, it is obviously France, yeah. It is indeed Paris. But yeah, hold up. Wait, someone died. That's pretty funny. But no, hold up. Something that I wanna see is how many races this is, because if it's only one race I need to qualify. Yeah, it's only one race. Okay, in that case I will need to qualify here. Guess yeah. Well, in most of this I probably will need to qualify if it's only gonna be one round. So yeah, I will qualify. In Grid Autosport it was the same idea. The fact that you had DLC tracks, and the DLC tracks were like I don't remember exactly which ones were DLC and which weren't, but the point is that they were all tracks either featured in the first Grid game or in Grid 2. And this one is the same, like Paris was first in Grid 2 if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, they just recycle them and sell them as DLC. Pretty nice strategy, of course, but a little bit scummy if you ask me. But yeah, DLC is scummy in general, you know, no matter how you look at it. Scummy is scummy. DLCs are a practice that I'll never get behind. I sometimes purchase them, yes, but the point is that games will be better if they didn't exist. It's whatever. Okay, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna get the pole position here. It's not really looking like it. Yeah, it won't be pole position, but... Oh, never mind, it will. Okay, I'll take it. Getting that car is kinda painful. The map looks like a cave system and only 10 superior guns spawn at a time. At least enemies only had 28 million HP. Yeah, they only had 28 million HP. Pretty reasonable, of course. But you gotta understand, Kyle, that the experience in a custom server compared to an official server is pretty different. Like, a lot of things that... Like, for example, going for plus 11 or plus 12 refine is not reasonable in most cases. So that's one thing, right? Like, something that you assume that it's gonna be like, oh yeah, just get it plus 12, bro. Well, no, that's not how it works here. I feel sorry for the official sheeple. Yeah, but you gotta understand that it's the original experience, right? There are DLCs expansions that are actually good or even better than the base game. Well, expansion, believe it or not, is a different thing. Like, an expansion is something that doesn't tend to happen anymore, but an expansion used to be like a brand new game within a game in most cases. DLCs don't tend to be that. DLCs in most cases are basically just adding stuff that should have been in the game in the first place. And this is the perfect example. Like, this track was already in the previous Grid games. You're just reselling it to me for no reason. Could have been in the base game, because I'm pretty sure that, yes, you probably need to do some adaptation to make it work in this game, so it's not as simple as copy-pasting. But I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have taken an insane amount of developer time to do. So selling it as DLC is pretty scummy. Well, the cars themselves, some of these were in previous games. Like, I'm pretty sure the Mini Cooper was, well, the Audi most likely was too. I don't remember if this Lancia was. It probably also was, honestly. But the thing is that in this case, this DLC is basically the worst type of DLC. Like, the kind of DLC that should have been part of the base game, but it isn't, just so it can be sold separately. And again, it's also the case for the previous game. Like, it's not just this one that is guilty. All this and Autosport are very guilty. In Grid 2, for what I understand, the DLCs were only for cars that get added to your garage automatically, I guess. There probably were tracks, but I don't think they were part of the main career. And I don't know what tracks they were. Yeah, these are the type of bad DLCs. Well, another franchise that is very known for awful DLCs is Street Fighter. Like, Street Fighter basically sells you as DLC characters that were playable in the base previous game. And you can argue that, well, but this iteration of them plays different and looks different. Well, sure, but why aren't they in the main game? They could have been. You know? It's not like it's something completely new that appeared after the game was done. It's something that you were already planning on putting there. And even if you didn't, like, I could play that as that character in the previous one. And yet you're selling it as DLC. But you know what's even worse? Selling DLC that in the previous game was also a DLC. And that's the case of Akuma in Street Fighter, right? The Akuma in Street Fighter 5 became a DLC character. which is already crazy in itself, because Akuma is like a basic character, like it should have been there since the beginning, but it wasn't. But to make it worse, they also made him DLC in Street Fighter 6, which is the following game. So yeah, pretty shameless. Well, Capcom is known for being shameless like that, you know? Pretty shameless. Okay, that was a win, but it took me a while to kinda do that. Okay, so what's this? Motul Sydney Masters Cup. Okay, and it's with this. This is the same category we already saw. Well, maybe some of these are DLC cars, I don't know, but I'm gonna use the one I always use. Okay, there's nothing DLC about this. This is a track that already was in the game with a category that was already in the game. Come on, dude, what are you doing? Oh, it's fine. At least I get to use a good car. I mean, I'm sorry, but the whole hatches are not really the first thing that come to my mind when I think of racing. Definitely. Yeah, this is a different story. These cars here, these Grand Touring cars. Also, I could have qualified here, but I don't think I need it. Hopefully. But you know, like this thing, this car is very easy to drive, and you know, the thing is that if you can drive a car well, most of the times you are just gonna get past the opponents without much effort, you know. And yeah, I got first before even finishing the first lap, just the way it is. But at least it seems that for now the first events will be single race, so they are mostly be done quickly, right? Oh, this is full speed. Okay. But again, I don't know what's DLC about this. There's nothing DLC about this. So yeah, that's what makes me think that maybe this category has DLC cars that... I mean, you wouldn't know that they are DLC if you haven't played the version without DLCs, but... I guess in that case they will want to refloat it so you can try the DLC cars. Yeah, still pretty lame, if you ask me. That's fine, that's fine, don't worry about it. I mean, if I go first this quickly, even if I get overtaken, I can get the lead back. No, okay, that's fine. See, no problem. Just a little drift. It's because I missed playing initially. Actually, I could play initially. You know? Like, it's been a while. The next one I gotta play is Stage 5, I think it's called Arcade Stage 5. You're on episode 18 of Ragnarok, yeah. It's the Grey Wolf, whatever. Yeah, the one where you fight against Twisted Gold Freya. Yeah, that one. Personally waiting for episode 19 to probably try to build a better equipment than the one I have. The one I have though is pretty decent, I guess. It's the Grace equipment from Core. Next episode will give you access to Snowflower. Yeah, I know. That's the one I'm looking for. Yeah, that's the one I'm looking for, though I don't know how well I will be able to handle myself there. Hopefully well enough. I mean, considering that I'm already struggling in the Great Wolf area, I wouldn't expect that Isgard is gonna be that different. Knowing officially will make it gacha or paid. I mean, for what I've seen in the guides, the refinement cubes are for the equipments of that place. They are not for general equipments. If you look at the guides, usually these places can exclusively refine the equipment that you get from there. Like, you cannot just use it in something unrelated. At least that's how it is in every episode so far. Or the Snowflower in general. I mean, it most likely will be there normally, but it will just be hard to obtain, you know? Because the enemies are gonna be tough and all of that. Okay, I got that. That was pretty free, I gotta say. So I don't know if I should go back and forth here, because I think that the idea is that you're supposed to do this first and then this. Especially since all of these shits are hot hatches. Like, is this gonna be hot hatch all the way? Like, is that how it's gonna be? Wait, how many races are this? Okay, these are 2 rounds, and with rain apparently. That might be an issue. And we are back at non-DLC tracks. This DLC kinda seems like a scam if you ask me.
As always, a spectacular display of motoring skill for you today.
Once the next episode arrives, you get dim glacier weapons, which get a cube that +1 refinement, but needs to be +9 to +13. Again, this is all assuming that I'm strong enough to get all that shit. We're about to find out about that. You know, today, actually, like a funny thing to mention, it's the first time that I managed to solo the Celine Kimi, right? Like the boss from Horror Toy Factory. And I feel so accomplished, even though that's something I should have been able to do a long time ago. That's just how it is, you know? I gotta take the little achievements like that, like huge achievements. Because it's not easy for me at all. Oh, also wasn't easy for that guy to not crash, I guess. So these are only 2 laps. That might be a problem. But with how slow these things are, I guess, maybe it won't make that big of a difference. It might feel like it's 3 laps. It's also not that long of a track.
This is the last lap. Push up to the front.
No, sack of shit. And that's my teammate. Dude, can you stop sabotaging me? You're supposed to be on my side, but you're not on my side right now. Well, unfortunately, this will be a 2nd place, but I mean, it's not that big of a deal. But keep in mind that these are only 2 races, so like, this means that I also need to get a relatively decent result on the 2nd race. If I got 1st place instead, it's like I don't really need to get much to win. Wait, oh, never mind. this corner was longer than I thought. Yeah, that's a shame, man. And all because of my stupid ass teammate. What an asshole. Whatever. I'll ask how your cast time is, but you say the official has no battle stats. Yeah, no, like, I mean, I cast relatively quickly, it's just that it's nowhere near instantaneous, but, like, it's good enough. Though, the thing about, my problem with Celine Kim is not the cast time, it's the fact that she summons those shitty-ass firewalls that obliterate you no matter what you do. Well, but that's the thing. It actually does matter what you do, guys. I basically, anytime she cast that firewall, I started using White in Prison to completely shield myself from damage. Because those firewalls are so shitty. Like, such a shitty mechanic, like an insanely shitty mechanic. But yeah. Anytime they show up, I just cover myself in my own prison. And it works. Just that it's still not that easy. You gotta be paying a lot of attention. Cover yourself in oil? Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea, personally.
On the last lap, let's make up some ground.
I think that might be a problem. Okay, this will still be a win, by the way. Like, for the championship, obviously, not for the race. Oh, and by the way, this was the first track that played in the game. It was in Shanghai. Like, basically the easiest version of the track. Okay. Yeah, third place is acceptable too. Yeah. You know, one day, I feel like it will be nice to stream. Wait, what the hell is that guy doing? Guy is flying. He's cheating. One day I kinda wanna stream Ragnarok Online, but I don't really have anything interesting to show. I mean, especially in a game like Ragnarok Online, people that pay can do what I do, like, effortlessly, so it's kinda useless whatever I show. Well, aside from the fact of just playing the game, I guess. Well, and also bragging that I'm free to play. You know, that's the thing. Most of the stuff that I can do is because I completely over-level, like, the monsters I'm going against. So yeah, no shit, I'm gonna be doing well. Okay, so this is a time attack. And the problem is that the next circuit is Okutama. So that's already a problem. That's kind of a problem, yeah. And these guys are also pretty close to me. I don't appreciate that. Okay. That was not good enough for first place. It's also a pretty short track, so... not much you gotta memorize, I guess. I could have done that faster. I done that pretty fast. The issue is that I always have an asshole in front of me. Makes it a little bit annoying to get the proper racing lines. Like, I keep losing all my time in that final corner because I keep needing to overtake some asshole getting in my way. Pretty annoying. I mean, this time I should be fine. The guy in front of me is quite far. So if there's any excuse, it wouldn't be that one. It will have to be another excuse. Not sure if that was that fast, really. Probably not. So 43.4. Ooh, I barely got it. Nice. Damn, that was so close. Unfortunately, the next one is Okutama. I hope it's not the full version. Okay, it's the short version at least. Unfortunately, with rain, it's kind of annoying. Though, I asked the same question that I asked before. Where is the DLC here? I don't see any DLC. You're absolutely out of your mind. Like, this DLC season is a scam. Like, this season 1 so far. An absolute scam. Okay. Nice. That might be the best lap for a... yeah. Probably for the rest of the event. So how is it going, Wasabi? You were playtesting something nice. You don't have to worry about being late, you know? It's fine. No one is late. In fact, if anything, I'm late. You know, I could be streaming earlier. And streaming more, like a regular streamer does, but yeah. That would be something. Could you imagine me becoming a daily 8-hour streamer? Well, the daily part I already have it. I mean, streaming 8 hours every day. That would probably be too much, though. Obviously, for something like that to be possible, I will not have work, you know? Though, if I had to do it while work is a thing, I will have to do it from, like, what, from 18 p.m. to 2 a.m.? Yeah, that's not possible. that is not possible. Well, not 18 actually, because I stopped working at 17 p.m. So if well, that wouldn't be possible, but if I had to start streaming as soon as work ends, like I will start at 17 and end at 1 a.m. It's technically feasible, you know, like, it will be too much. Not really that physically possible for me. Okay, this is European modified, and this is also something that we already seen before. Like, come on, dude. Like, where is your... well, at least the track is DLC, but still. So, European... the only European thing about this are the locations, because the car certainly isn't. To stream yourself working... I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be breaking multiple clauses of my contract by doing that. Surely by leaking code that is supposed to be closed source, like, I certainly am not gonna get in trouble. Not to mention that a big portion of my show involves meetings. Unfortunately. But the good thing about meetings is that all that time that I spend in meetings is time that I don't spend working, so technically they are part of my job, but the meetings have to be one of the most useless things possible. It's fine, don't worry about it. I mean, most of the times it's nothing important anyway, so...
Let's gain some places.
The point is that I cannot stream that. Not to mention that those will be meetings in Spanish, you know? So that also wouldn't go pretty well with the channel, I will say. I also don't know if streaming for that long will be a good thing in the first place. Like, I like streaming, but I'm not sure if I will like it if it will be for that long. Like, you know that already sitting for 3 hours can sometimes be annoying, because you know that I like moving, you know? Like, I don't like going outside, but I do like moving, as in, you know, walking and running through the house. Well, the apartment. Stretching and shit. Like, I don't like staying in place for a long period of time, you know? Who send that lame commit that converts everything to WebP? That will be my impression. No, see, that's the thing. I don't usually talk to other developers. I tend to talk with people that, you know, tell me what to do. Except that not quite often. Most of the times I'm answering questions, you know. But yeah, sometimes they do tell me what they need. Undeveloped developer.
Good luck.
No, it's just that that's the thing. Like, the reason why I started having so many meetings in like the past year or so is precisely because the client that we are working for wanted to have like more direct contact with the developers. So I don't talk to developers, I just talk to people that usually have no idea about programming, with some exceptions of course, but for the most part they tell me I want this and that, and I do it, kinda. WebP is probably the most whack and annoying file type. Yeah, I mean, you can thank Google for that. Yeah, WebP fucking sucks. And you know that when I made my I Wanna Be the Guy fan games, I realized how much I hate WebP. Because in order to look for assets for my fan game, I use Google search and shit like that. And having to, like, I find the image and it's a WebP, and having to go to, like, through the extra mile to convert it to a format that doesn't suck dick, yes, it's pretty annoying. But yeah, it is what it is. For the most part, unless I am developing a fan game, I thankfully don't really encounter the WebP format too often. So that's nice. Well, it's also a reason why I was so oblivious about how shitty it was, because as I say, I didn't really tend to encounter it. And under normal conditions, I still don't. But yeah. Alright, that's a win, though a win by only 5 points. That's the thing about these 2 race events. You gotta do at least decently in both races if you wanna win the whole thing. That was decent enough. Oh shit, we're going to LMP. Alright. Also pretty interesting that the Cadillac is supposed to be like the official LMP that you're supposed to use, but instead I picked the Acura, you know? I mean, I could pick the Cadillac since I don't need the money for anything else. I have more money than the one I'm gonna use anyways, you know? So it wouldn't make any difference for me. Pretty nice takeout. I fucked up.
Welcome to today's event.
It's annoying at first for me, but I should paste the image into my image editor that YouTube isn't letting me mention in chat and save it from there. Wait, why isn't YouTube allowing you to mention the image editor? Paint? Oh, because you use the dot, yeah, and YouTube thinks it's a link. Well, because it is a link, I guess, if you put the dot after something, well, after and before something, yeah. Well, my issue is that extra step being necessary is what I hate, you know? Like, that shouldn't be there. So yeah, that's what makes me dislike it so much. They actually bought out the domain to make the link the same as the software name. Yeah, but YouTube doesn't discriminate against what link you send them. They will block all of them just equally. You know? Anything that is a link will be blocked. So yeah, whether it's a safe link or not, YouTube will not check that. Okay, that wasn't a skip, surprisingly. Unfortunately though, it seems that this 5th place will be my result, which is pretty bad. Oh, wait a second, there is still one more lap. Okay, I can still do something better. It doesn't seem like my pace is as good as this guy's, unfortunately.
Final lap, aim to break into the top 3.
The most I can give you is a 4th place, dude. Forget out the top 3. Honestly, the 4th place is also going at the same pace as those 2 guys, so... Okay, maybe I can make it to 3rd, well, even 2nd. That's only because I did that completely illegal maneuver. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gotten this. Yeah, I guess I'll take that. Don't mind me. Okay, that's that. Also, you know that today off stream I've been practicing Street Fighter 3 new generation, so I can see if I can one coin clear that on the hardest difficulty. Problem is that it's very inconsistent, but it's something that I wouldn't mind trying at some point. But I already tried it before. Is that the same oval you did the other day with trucks? I mean, there are only 2 ovals, so the answer is most likely yes for both of them. You have Indianapolis and Crescent Valley. You don't have more than that. And yes, I most likely did both of them with the trucks. Well, with the trucks and with the actual NASCAR cars. Amazing start.
And we're heading into the final round now.
The previous of this one you are doing right now. Yeah, that one was Indianapolis, wasn't it? Yeah, like I probably did every track with every combination of categories at this point. Wouldn't be surprised.
We're heading into the final round now, where it'll all be decided. Okay, hold on, sorry. It looks like things
Hold R1 down up. I don't think you can hold down up, personally. Like, unless you playing keyboard, holding up down is not possible.
Listen, just stay out of their
They are kinda mutually exclusive, you know. It's either one or the other. Just play with a D-pad and joystick at the same time. Yeah. Though I don't know how that will help. Like, what's the trick of doing up and down? It's like the AI doesn't know what to do. Maybe. Because they don't expect you to press two mutually exclusive inputs. Which, I mean, if that's the case, that will make sense. But you know, I have other cheese plans. Like, for now at least, until I find a more consistent strategy, is using Dudley. Like, apparently Dudley new generation, he has a move that is forward heavy punch. And that move, for some reason, breaks multiple AIs. Like, they just get hit by it. Including the final boss. That's what makes it so good. Because the final boss of Street Fighter 3 is an asshole. But yeah, sometimes he completely gives up to that move. But that's the thing, sometimes it's not something consistent yet. What's a DMC5 reference? Yeah, I haven't played that yet. One day it will happen. There's a move called a illegal move. And that was the input. That's pretty funny. That would be an illegal move if it had to be at the same time.
last lap. Let's push up to the top spot.
No, you will take the third place and you will like it. And I will like it too. Yeah, this is the thing. I will like it no matter what, but you seem unconvinced, radio guy. Also, I have a nemesis behind me, so I cannot even guarantee my safety right now. Oh, that was an interesting sound. Like that sound, I'm assuming, of the car going through wet grass. Kinda sounded like, I don't know, like a gooey sound. Unless it was something else. I don't know what it was. It sounded weird though. Without spoiling, there is one thing that shouldn't be able to teleport with that input. You can do it. Okay. Yeah, I'm probably gonna forget about what you should say by the time that I get to that game, so don't worry about it. The other one that was in Indianapolis, I think, is based on Auto Club Fontana, California Speedway, I think, taking reference on the surrounding mountains. It's possible. Cannot really say that I know about that track, so I wouldn't have been able to recognize it, but yeah, it could be. I guess some tracks are just dead. Oh, you want me to use this car? I guess I could. I mean, at the same time here, I could simply purchase the other cars to just try them out, but since I already got used to this, I guess we're gonna do it like this. Maybe. It's just that it's so disappointing to me because there is nothing new about this. They're just making me redo shit that I already did. Well, maybe we didn't do a time attack with this car in this track, sure. Maybe that specific combination wasn't made, but like nothing that participates in this combination is new. Also, that was a bad corner. It was demolished to be Amazon warehouses back in 2023. That's pretty sad. I guess that will eventually be the fate of many racing tracks when eventually the, you know, racing becomes less popular. Well, less popular mostly because of like the absence of oil and also the fact that the racing cost of everything will mean that a lot of people will be priced out of racing, you know. I mean, even the people that shouldn't. 20 billion data centers, yeah. It's not looking good for a lot of racing tracks, right? Like you see an investor and you're like, oh, I can purchase that for $1 trillion to make place for an AI data center, yeah. That's a bleak future, but it could be. The next Formula Championship will be a player on the 3DS version of F2011. That would be cool. Though there are already championships done with simulators, you know? That's the thing. There are official championships that are organized by eSports organizations with very big prizes. That I don't know how the fuck they are funded, but yeah. Well, I know how they are funded. Most of them come from like Saudi investment. You know that lately there are a lot of Saudi investments that love investing in shit that returns absolutely no money. So yeah, I guess that's one of those things. Yeah, Saudi oil. Yeah, lots of esports shit is like that. Like, nobody watches it, like, nobody cares about those competitions, but they are financed by people that are ultra-millionaires, so for them it's like just for normal people to, like, purchase a cell phone, I guess. Well, a smartphone. I should probably stop saying the word cell phone. Like, that word hasn't been relevant in a while. The Saudi prince is a gamer. Yeah, usually that's the thing. I mean, that's the reason why a company like SNK is still alive and making games. You know? Like, SNK is a company that, well, already went bankrupt multiple times. The thing is that it's a company that should have died a long time ago, but it's still around thanks to Saudi investment. Yeah, but the thing is that it's not just one. It's not like there's only one Saudi prince that does all of it. There are many people in the Gulf states that are millionaires and do whatever the fuck they want. So it's not just one prince, it's like multiple of them. But yeah. And one of them like kinda purchased SNK and they were like, hey, I want you to do new King of Fighters games and a new Garou game. You know Garou? That's the funny thing. Garou Mark of the Wolves was like a very old fighting game that, even though a lot of people could appreciate its beautiful sprites and all of that, nobody played that game. Like it's one of the million fighting games from the 90s that nobody gives a shit about. Because believe it or not, there are plenty of those. Games that you never heard about before that exist, and they have a ton of effort put into them, but nobody cares about them. Well, so even though Mark of the Wolves was probably a little bit more popular than the usual 90s fighting game, like just barely more popular, the thing is that nobody gives a shit about that game. But this Saudi either person or organization was like, no, I want a sequel to this game that nobody gave a shit about. And that's what they did. And nobody gives a shit about that game either, like the new one. But hey, I mean, they have the money, so they can afford it to make, you know, to waste all that money on something that nobody gives a shit about. So hey, that's pretty cool. I mean, I will do the same maybe. I don't know what I will do. Honestly, it's so hard to imagine myself being a millionaire that, because at that point I wouldn't even be myself. Like, I will be a different person. So I don't know what I will do with all that money. Will I essentially commission a game with multi-millionaire payments? Maybe. Will be. Maybe I will fund the development of Ridge Racer 8. I don't know. Anything is possible. Also, this is very bad. I don't think that's gonna give me the victory. Yeah, it didn't. Oh, keep in mind, I keep forgetting. This is time attack, so you cannot have a bad position like that one. Though what surprises me is that I won the previous one by so much and I'm losing this one by so much. The previous one went perfectly, but this one is pretty far from going perfectly. I think that at least a second or a third place are needed here. Come on. Alright, this might take a while, because, well, not only I'm not that familiar with this track, but it's also in the rain and with a car like this one that is not particularly very good at handling. I mean, none of the cars participating here have good handling, so I'm not the only one with that issue. These are pretty hard corners, no matter what. Yeah, this is kind of a torture. Anytime that you make me use a car with bad handling in the rain in a track with very sharp corners, it's like, why are you doing this to me, right? You hate me that much? Yeah, I guess you do. Well, at least the thing here is that we cannot say that this is not a DLC, because it is. It's the Paris track. Oh, that's a lot of fireworks. Didn't see that before, but yeah. That's a lot of them. So I don't expect to beat Levy's time. Levy's the guy that is in front of me and the guy that set the best time on the previous attempt. So I don't expect to beat him. Wow, but that's still pretty bad, even if I don't beat him. Well, there's someone even better than him. That's the thing. I don't know how to do faster. This is just legitimately a very annoying combination. I need to do that a second faster, basically. Pretty tall order. I'm already doing slower than what I did before, I think. At least that's comparing me to the top time instead of me. It's actually probably comparing me to the top time. In which case it's whatever. Well, it's not really whatever considering that the other guys are probably close enough to that time too. But we will see. Need to do better, that's for sure. That's the one thing that there's no doubt about. Okay, only one corner remaining. Of course. That's fucked up. Yeah, that's a shame because that was pretty close to a win, but damn. Fuck. Like, this is pretty hard, you know? In case it's not clear already. But yeah, this is pretty hard to win. I gotta keep trying. I mean, I probably should try using the wall more, you know? Like, I'm trying to be all clean and shit and not use the wall to help myself with the corner, so I probably should. Just that in most cases it doesn't really help you go faster, but I feel like here it probably will. Though this is the corner that I do the slowest. That's where I lose the most amount of time in, unfortunately. It's a hard corner, but a hard sequence of corners. Okay. Don't pay attention to that time differential, guys. It's comparing you with a very bad time. So 136. Okay, that one was good. It might not be a first place until the end, but even if it's third, that should be enough to win. Okay. Just took a little bit more attention. Yeah, that's how it usually is in time attack. At first it kinda feels hopeless until you try and eventually you make it. It's not easy whatsoever, that's for sure. You gotta really drill those corners in your brain if you wanna keep getting a better time. Well, and here with a car with such like with so much understeering as this one, you want to use the handbrake to help you steer. Actually, you want that drift. Okay, well, that completely lost me all the possibilities of this lap being better than the previous one. I don't really care because this lap should be good enough to at least give me a decent amount of points. Okay, well, and that just completely threw any remaining chances out of the window. Hey, don't worry about it. As I say, a third place is enough to win anyways. Assuming someone beats that time. So far they haven't. Okay, no, I actually get the top time. Nice. Alright. Pretty good. I actually won both time attacks. So I think that with that it's a good place to stop. Though I gotta say that the DLCs are so far pretty disappointing. I hope that at least Season 2 and Season 3 are better, because these ones with, you know, with the fact that most of these tracks and cars were already in the base campaign, it's like, where is the DLC? But yeah, that's fine. I'll still keep playing it, keep continuing until I beat all of them, because I just feel like it, you know. Regardless of how disappointing they are, I want to see them until the end. So, thanks everyone a lot for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next stream with more of this. So have a good one, and take care.